we are going to talk about multi-period inventory model. So far we have discussed about single period inventory model. Now we'll see what do we mean by multi-period inventory model and how do we work under that. Okay, so there are basically two types of multi-period inventory models. First one is fixed order quantity model, which is also known as economic order quantity or EOQ or a Q model. The second one is fixed time period model, which is also referred as a periodic system, periodic review system, fixed order interval system, or a P model. Okay, so these are two basic multi-period inventory models. Now, what do we mean by a fixed order quantity models? It is an inventory control model where the amount of requisition is fixed and the actual ordering is triggered by inventory dropping to a specific level of inventory. Okay, so fixed order, that means the quantity, the amount of order to make is fixed. Okay, that's why it is known as fixed order, means the quantity to order is fixed. Okay, whereas an inventory control model that specifies inventory is ordered at the end of a predetermined time period. Okay, it is called as, that model is called as fixed time period model. So here the amount, the quantity is fixed, whereas in the fixed time period the time period is already fixed or it is already predetermined. Okay, so this is the difference between fixed order quantity model and a fixed time period model. Okay, so we can say that in a fixed time period model, the time interval of time between the order is fixed and the order quantity varies. Here the time is fixed, time of placing the order is fixed, whereas the quantity order varies. Whereas here the amount of, or you can say the quantity of order is fixed, nothing about the time. Okay, now, so when we have to work under this, now what are the difference between, first we should know about what are the basic differences between the fixed order quantity and fixed time period models. So these are the differences. So like differences, we can say the Q model and the P model. So these are differences based on these features. Like if we talk about the order quantity feature, so here the order quantity, which is generally denoted by Q, economic order quantity, means how much to order, it is generally represented by the symbol Q. It is constant here, whereas in the fixed time period model it is represented by Q, but here it is small q, the lowercase letter, it is variable. It varies each time order is placed. So this is one basic difference, that the amount of order is always same, whereas here it varies in a P model. Now, second feature is when to place the order. In Q model, when it is depending upon the R. R is actually a reorder point, which is calculated by using the lead time and the time of delivering, the lead time and the demand. Okay, so it is when inventory position drops to reorder level, it is calculated by this. Whereas in P model it is denoted by T when the review period arrives. So the difference is here, when the inventory drops a particular reorder level, in Q model the next order is placed, whereas when the review period arrives in a P model, the order is placed. Similarly for record keeping, in Q model each time a withdrawal or addition is made, this is the record keeping point, whereas in P model counted only at the review period. Another basic difference is depending upon the size of inventory. So it is generally less than fixed time period model, and Vice versa for P model, it is larger than fixed order quantity model, means Q model. Now time to maintain, the maintenance time for a Q model is high, okay, and the type of items will be high price, critical or important items. So these are some of the differences between the fixed order and fixed time period quantity model. So now when we are going to study the Q models, we are going to deal with these terms. Okay. So these are the terms here. TC. TC stands for total annual cost. D stands for demand. C stands for cost per unit. Similarly, Q stands for quantity to be ordered or economic order quantity, the optimal quantity. S stands for setup cost or the cost of placing the order, or it can be known as the ordering cost. R stands for reorder point. L stands for lead time. H stands for annual holding, carrying or storage cost. These are the different costs associated with inventory system. And small d stands for the average daily demand. See, capital D stands for the annual demand, small d stands for the average daily demand. So on the basis of this, we have time for the total annual cost, quantity to be ordered, reorder point, optimal number of orders per year, and average inventory. So on this basis, we can perform, based on these formulas, we can perform the calculations. Like suppose we consider this example. Okay, let's read it. What is given? Patterson Electronics supply microcomputer circuitry to a company that incorporates microprocessor into refrigerators and other home appliances. Currently, Patterson orders a particular component in batches of 300 units from one of its suppliers. The annual demand for this component is 2000. So what we have given? The annual demand as 2000. Okay. If the carrying cost is estimated $1 per unit per year, what would be the ordering cost to make the order quantity optimal? Okay, this is first question in part A. Second one is, if the ordering cost is estimated to be 50 per order, what would be the carrying cost to have to make the order quantity optimal? Now, how much quantity is ordered? Is it given somewhere else? Yes. So what is mentioned? Currently, Patterson orders a particular component in the batches of 300 units. So we have to answer this question based on what is given to us. So let's see. As we know these symbols, the annual demand is denoted by capital D. Quantity to be ordered is by capital Q. Ordering cost by S. And carrying cost by H. So let's write it here. So what is there? See how much he is ordering. He is ordering 300 units in batches. So it means Q is given as 300. Annual demand is D, which is 2000. Now carrying cost. We are representing the carrying cost by the variable H. Sorry, here it is H. And ordering cost by what we are using for ordering cost? S. So here it is S. So here it is ordering cost, here carrying cost. So these are two different things. So what is given to you? Given to us is Q, the number of orders is 300. Annual demand is also given, which is 2000. Okay. Now we have two parts. Part A. In part A, what is given? Carrying cost, that is H, is given to be $1. So what is asked? What would be the ordering cost? So we want to find what will be the value of S, the ordering cost. So now we have to look for a formula which relates D, Q, H and S. So we can see from the previous list, this is the formula which relates only D, S, H and Q. So let's write. We know that the optimal number of orders is 2D S over H. We have the value of D, we have the value of Q and we have the value of H. We need to find S. So first we solve it in terms of S. So how do we do it? We square both sides. So what it will give you? Q square is equal to 2ds over H. So solving it for the value of S, what it will give you? Q square H over 2 times D. So now substituting the values here, we get the value of S as Q square, that is 300 power 2 times H, H is 1 over 2 times D, D is 2000. So doing this calculation, this will give you the value of S, that will be the ordering cost. So this calculation can be done easily by calculator. Now let's see point B. In point B, what is given? S is given, which is $50 per order. Okay. So what will be the carrying cost? Here you need to find H. Note that annual demand and the orders, optimal number of orders is fixed for both the parts. So it's not changed, only change is in S and H. So again, this is the same formula which is relating the quantities Q, D, S and H. So now we will reduce this formula in terms of H. So this gives you H is equal to 2ds over Q square. Now substituting the value, we get 2 times D, which is 2000, times S is here 50 over Q square, which is 300 power 2, and then you will get your value. So in this way we get here ordering cost, and here we will calculate the carrying cost. Okay, so what is there? Neha Shah is the purchasing agent for a firm that sells industrial valves and fluid control devices. One of the most popular valves is the KA1, which has annual demand of 6,000 units. So we know that annual demand, we are using symbol capital D for it. It's better to use it immediately. Okay. The cost of each valve is 120. Now cost per unit, we are using the notation capital C for that. And the inventory carrying cost is estimated to be 8% of the cost of each valve. Now carrying cost is denoted by H, which is 8% of the cost of each valve. Okay. Neha has made a study of the cost involved in placing an order for any of the valves that the firm stocks, and she has concluded that average ordering cost, so now it's talking about ordering cost, which is S, is $45 per order. Furthermore, it takes about 2 weeks for an order to arrive. So it's a time to deliver the order, which is known as the lead time. Lead time. Okay, and it is represented by capital L. So lead time is the difference of time, like when you place the order and once you receive the order. So if you receive the order after 2 weeks of placing the order, then this 2 weeks will be the lead time. Okay. And what is there? And during this time, the demand per week of the valve is approximately 120. So its weekly demand is given. See, that was annual demand, and here it is given that weekly demand is 120. So now we have to compute economic order quantity. It means we have to calculate Q. Reorder point means R. Optimal number of orders per year and the total annual cost for KA1 bills. So for this we have to check which formulas we have to use. We have to find Q, we need to find reorder point, we have to find optimal number of orders per year, which is given by D over Q, and the average inventory. So let's see. Sorry, not average inventory, total annual cost, which is first. So let's write down first what are the given things. Annual demand, which we denoted by capital D. It is given to be 6,000. Cost of each valve. Cost of each valve. It is C. It is given to be $120. Here this is units. Now what is given? Inventory carrying cost. Carrying cost, which we are denoting by H. It is 8% of cost of each one. So it's not given directly, but it is given in the cost of one item. So we have to calculate 8% of C, which is 120. So how do we calculate 8% of 120? It means 8 by 100 times 120. So this gives you the value of H. Okay. Similarly, what else is given? Ordering cost. Ordering cost, which we denote by S. It is $45. This also comes in dollars. Then lead time. It takes 2 weeks. Lead time, which we denote by L, is 2 weeks. What else given? During this time, the demand per week is 120. So, demand per week is 120. Now we know that we have to calculate reorder point. So to calculate reorder point, we need daily demand. So if we know the demand per week, can we able to calculate daily demand? Means if the demand in 7 days, in a week we have 7 days, demand in 7 days is 120. How much will be the daily demand, which we denoted by small d, is a weekly demand divided by the number of days in a week. So this is what is the information given to us. Now what is required? Economic order quantity, optimal number of orders. So to find EOQ or Q, we have to use the formula. The formula is 2DS over H. Now we have all the values. We have the value of D, we have the value of H, and we have the value of S. Substitute it there and you will get the answer. Okay. It's a simple calculation, so you can do it. Now for reorder point, what is the formula for reorder point? Reorder point. It is denoted by R, which is D times L. Daily demand multiplies by the lead time. So daily demand is this one, 120 by 7. 120 over 7. And lead time, what is the lead time? 2 weeks. This is daily demand, means this is the demand per day, right? So we have to convert this number of weeks into number of days. So 2 weeks is approximate, 2 weeks is equal to how many days? 2 times 7, that is 14 days. So here it will become 40. So this time will comes into days. So you can just cancel. We'll get 240 days. This is the reorder point. If you want to convert it into weeks, you can. Okay. Then optimal number of orders per year. So for that, the formula is optimal number of orders per year. It is given by D over Q. We already have the annual demand as 6,000 unit. 6,000 divided by Q. We will get the value of Q from here. Okay. So we substitute that value here. So I am not doing the calculation. So I will tell you what you will get here when you do the calculation. You will get this value. This value comes out to be 237.17. After you substitute all these things, you will get this. So you will put it 237.17 here. Okay, that will give you optimal number of orders per year. What is asked lastly? Total annual cost. So which is total annual cost? It is given by D multiply C, annual demand multiplied by cost per unit, annual demand divided by number of orders with S, and Q over 2 times H. Now as we have all these values, we can substitute it here and get the final answer. Okay, total cost. So I'm just telling you, like in this case, as I already said, Q should comes out to be 237.17. R is already given 240. Optimal number of orders you can calculate in this way. Now when you calculate this one, TQ, by substituting all these values, it will come out to be 7,227.6.846. Okay, so this is how it is solved.